Hello everyone, this is Jackie and I have some completed projects. Yay! The spoons and the canvas I actually started well over a month ago or a month ago. And the spoons were actually for a challenge that I never finished, and the canvas was for a special someone and I never finished. When I had my little mini breakdown, everything came to a screeching halt. So I'm going to submit them, or not submit, I'm going to send them because these two people also participated in my challenge, so I owe a thank you gift regardless. So I'm going to go ahead and send that. Um, and I'm not going to mention any names. The stacked boxes off to the side there are for Bori. Yay, I finally finished that, got it right. So Bori, if you want to be surprised, then stop watching. um, so yeah, stacked boxes for Bori, canvas, spoons for some unnamed recipients. And then the dress form, I actually started with the intention of sending it to one person and then changed my mind in the middle of the process because I'd seen a video recently that made me think that this particular dress form was better suited for that person than the person I had originally thought I would send it to, because it was the spool and the button are just too cute not to use. So anyway, I'll have to make another one and I'll explain how I made the dress form once I get to that part. So I'm going to start with the spoons really quick. They're kind of themed, or they kind of have a theme-ish. So this I would consider my steampunk, and all the metal pieces are a combination of elegant embellishments, Alicia's Glitz and More. A couple of them might have been from Hobby Lobby, Michaels, things that I've had in my stash from local stores. And then I think I have one Saw Crafters piece. So you can see here the gears from Michaels, clock hands from Michaels, crown from Michaels. I believe the owl is from Hobby Lobby, charm from a local store, filigree, and then it's just these wooden spoons that you can get from Hobby Lobby. And I've had them for a while and I decided to use them. Some chain from my stash that I just used jump rings through the gears to kind of make a little dangle or swag there. And there's a little bling in the crown from my stash. So that's that one. This one's my shabby chic. And again, a filigree. And I put those at the top so that they could be hung if the person wanted to. There's a crochet doily, Saw Crafters, local craft store, bling from my stash. I think it's from Michaels. That pretty braided trim is from Hobby Lobby. Got it on clearance. This is some lace that I got from a thrift store. This trim is from Hobby Lobby, this tulle trim. And then I just used some of that same chain from my stash and made these little charms there. So that's my shabby chic. This one, I don't know what you would really call it other than maybe spring-ish. And I did have to bend the filigree back there. And I used some liquid pearl to add this detail on the wings of the butterfly, some pearls from my stash, bling from my stash, another crochet doily. I believe this one's from Brenda. Little nest. Y'all have seen me do that before with the jute twine, some glass beads to serve as the eggs, Wild Orchid Craft rosebuds, leaves that I just colored, stamen from Hobby Lobby, and a little bird that I had in my stash. And then the dress form. I used Miss Liberty 25. I used her tutorial. It's old. It's like 2 years old. But it's new to me because I've never done it before. I just had been wanting to do it for a long, long time and finally got around to doing it. And I just used the Tim Holtz die, paper, book pages, chipboard. So check that out. Check her channel out if you want the tutorial to this. And for the base, I just used one of these little wooden pieces that you can get from, I think I got these from Hobby Lobby, if not Michaels. And so I just painted that. The little flat back pearl trim is from Nat's store, my paper passion. And then flowers from my stash, Wild Orchid Craft cherry blossom. These little stamen and leaves and the iridescent flowers are from Michaels. I used the Joann's 50% off coupon and I got them for $1. Yes, I have no loyalties. I use the coupons that suit me best. And I got them because I ran out of the iridescent flowers on the other stack boxes, and those were a gift. And I really, really liked how they looked on those, so I needed some more. And just from working, I remembered seeing some iridescent flowers in the bridal section of Michael's, so I picked them up, like I said, for $1. And so that's just book pages. Phantom of the Opera, I had this old book, and it was already aged some, but I still inked the edges. And then that's just some twine from Michael's, it's really light pink. And then I made this little stick pin with the what do you call those? A straight pin and then a little pearl. And I did distress the edges of everything. Vintage photo. This really pretty dainty trim is from Alicia's Glitz and More. This teeny tiny pearl trim that I used here and at the neckline is from Joann's. We all recognize that little ribbon rose from Michael's. I punched 2 butterflies using the Martha Stewart punch, and I sandwiched a piece of wire in between so I could kind of make it a little bit more dimensional. And also I used the wire and just put it through a couple of the layers of paper so that it could stand up and just be a little bit more sturdy. And then I just put a little pearl in the center there. So I think it's really, really cute, and it's sewing themed, so that's why it's going to this other person. And I'll just have to make another one, which is not a bad thing, because I kind of had fun with this. I think it's super cute. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make one for myself at some point. And then this canvas, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because y'all have seen me do these before and explain the process, so I don't think it's necessary. But I just wanted to point out, I love, love, love these. At first, I was kind of disappointed in how tiny they were, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. But I'm so glad I kept them because look how precious that is. And I'm sure y'all can guess who this is going to, but I'm going to pretend it's going to be a surprise. And then on to the stacked boxes. Bori, if you have been watching up until this point and you want to be surprised, now's a good time to look away. This is a little bit different than the other one. The color, this one's a little bit darker pink. I used the Americana baby pink instead of the poodle skirt pink, which I generally use because I was out, I'm not going to lie. And I did not Mod Podge the lace onto it because on the other boxes it's kind of snug, so I didn't want to do that. And the larger focal flowers are a paler pink because, again, I was out of the darker pink. I had like 1, maybe 2, and it was not going to be enough. So I had to go with this lighter color, which I think worked out really well. It's really pretty. But other than that, kind of the same idea. Different trims for the lids and different bird. And you might recognize this bird. I'd gotten it for another project. Was going to return it. I'm glad I didn't because it worked out really well for this particular project. And I'm going to start at the bottom. And I did use snow text on this one. I didn't on the other one. I've had that stuff for like 2 years, so it might be time for a new bottle. No, actually longer than that. I think I've had it for 3 years. But you can see Wild Orchid Craft Flower is the main focal point, and it's a lighter shade of pink, and then some cherry blossoms, and then those iridescent flowers from Michael's. These blue flowers are from my stash, and then these little stamen come from that same spray as the little flowers. The trim is from Hobby Lobby, and the flatback pearl trim is from my stash. It's not the same color as the one I used on the other box. This one's a smidge lighter. I mean, you probably can't even really tell, but it is. This one, it's a different trim, but also from Hobby Lobby. And you can see there. So there's that. And then the very top, there's that pretty, pretty bird from Michael's. And I'm so glad I did not return it because it worked out so well for this. And this trim, different than the other two, but also from Hobby Lobby. And then I was actually going to use a different word bead, but I accidentally grabbed this one and glued it down before I realized what I did. So anyway, it's okay. And I made a nest, again, out of the jute. And And I did adhere a doily to the top. However, this is a crochet doily from Lisa's store, Maggie 2005 Cupcake. So pretty. So I only had the one white one, and it was one of the ones that she sent me as a freebie. So really pretty. And then I just love that bird. Isn't she pretty? And it worked out so well for this color. I don't think the poodle skirt pink would have been quite as pretty with this bird. So it's just as well that I was out. So that's that. Super happy, and I feel so accomplished. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.